350 yards up, he's going to hit about a 500, I expect, don't you think?
That's the beach, man. Oh, Charlie, I'm hot today.
Let's go while we're young.
A looper?
A looper. You know, the caddy, looper. Find your center. Picture the shot, Danny. Picture it. Turn off all the sound. Let it happen. Be the ball, Danny. You're not being the ball, Danny.
Well, it's kind of difficult with you talking like that.
Okay, I'm not talking. Stop talking. Not talking now.
Welcome in, everybody.
Welcome.
Thank you for tuning into the Chasing Daylight podcast, our little weekly walk episode. This is volume 5, but in bigger news,
Big news.
episode 50 is here.
Big fitty.
Made it to 50. I don't know what the anniversary is for 50, but the golden years or something like I don't know. But we have made it to episode 50. This is our 5th episode of doing the little weekly walk here, and man, I'm having a blast doing it.
Yeah, it's fun.
I'm digging in and finding more information about things just because I want to make sure that what we're saying is,
Right.
is legit.
Speak knowledgeably.
Yeah, and not just talking out of our ass, but actually having some knowledge behind it. So thanks for joining me in this adventure. And
Absolutely.
we're going to get right into this week's stuff with our favorite little new segment. So after touting our flawless
there was
episode,
a few.
There was a few. Now these weren't bad. The first thing was I was totally confused. I forgot that they went to just 3 playoff events. So
Right.
when we said that Patrick Reed had won last year at this course, that was not correct. He actually won at Liberty National, not TPC Boston. The second thing was, and this was kind of
Bummer here.
I was hoping that it was true, but it wasn't. Strafossi did not have a strokes gained putter in his bag.
Yeah.
It looked a lot like it.
Someone's jocking Roars' style.
It was a 009. Very famous putter manufacturer made that stick for him. And then also I had mentioned that Jack Trent was top 5 in the stroke play. That wasn't true. He was T30. He won 3 and 2 in the round of 64, lost 3 and 2 the round of 32. So, but that's it for that, man.
Not too bad.
Not too bad. As we strive for perfection with every episode, occasionally we run into some things like that. So, appreciate nobody calling us out.
Yeah.
It was nice. So, so we're gonna get into what happened this past week because we had some really cool shit take place. What do you think was cooler, DJ's 30 under win or the 59-60 on Friday?
I would say Scheffler's 59 and DJ blowing it.
And not shooting
Yeah,
59.
yeah. I mean, Scheffler's a rookie, man. I mean, that's insane.
I mean, he joined a really cool group, you know, Mr. 59.
Mr. 59s.
Yeah. And
They need to make a jacket for them or something.
and I mean, I know that back 9 at that course was difficult and not a lot of people went low, except for those 2 on that day. But I really thought DJ had a chance at 57.
I mean,
after shooting 27 on the front, and he had shot
up to what, hole 13, was it 12?
12,
and then he just
played
parred out, I guess, but
which
it's
is
good,
but my goodness,
yeah, he could have done more damage. Unfortunately, let that slip by. But Scheffler
he's for a rookie, and we were talking about this before we started. He's got kind of a carefree, wild swing.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch. And I mean, you listen to Nick Faldo talk about it's like he doesn't know how to play golf, but
right.
Definitely is proven over the last couple weeks that he's
I mean, at the PGA Championship, he was on a roll too.
Yeah, another one of these young guns that's up and coming and playing some really outstanding golf. What were your thoughts on the overall tournament, the TV coverage, the course, how?
It was decent. I don't know. The course didn't play that well on TV to me. You know, I wasn't a huge fan of how it looked on TV.
It has that Gil Hanse natural.
Right.
It's not, there's not a lot of eye candy.
Right.
And I agree with you. I agree. I think, and I wonder how much the fans shaping the fairways and the greens really enhances a golf
changed
course.
It a bit.
And I'm sure the players are going through a weird thing not having the fans around there too. But it was a good course. I didn't think they were gonna light it up like they did. I mean
the spacing between DJ and second and everybody else was crazy.
Oh my goodness! And what was it? 60 or 57 out of 62 greens in regulation, and he missed the last one.
Yeah.
So he had a chance to go 68 for 50. Oh
insane!
My God,
just on a roll, dude. Dialed.
That's just 90% greens in regulation.
Yeah, over the course of 4 days.
And what they were saying too is the only other two people that have shot 30 under 30 are Spieth and
Ernie Els
at Kapalua. And I mean that's a weird course because I think it's par 73 if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not sure.
But still, I mean 31 under there's but everybody goes low there.
Yeah.
It's those guys eat that place up unless it's crazy windy.
I love watching that tournament.
Oh, well, I got to play Kapalua and we went to Maui, and TV does nothing for that. I mean, it's unbelievable.
That's one I would like to play for sure.
Who I feel sorry for at that place is the caddies, because I mean, lugging bags up and down those hills.
Crazy.
Oh my goodness, it's insane. It's insane. So anyways, but he did it with one less par 5.
Yeah.
Because this was a par 71. So he didn't have the scoring opportunities.
Right.
And he also tied a record for the most eagles in a 4-round event with, I think, 8.
It's like every time I looked, there was double circles on something.
And he did it with, that's 4 less par 5s he had to play.
Right.
So, I mean, my dude was on fire.
Dude, just so dialed.
So, and he's one of those guys that when his game is on, it's so enjoyable to watch. And that quote from Kisner was awesome. When DJ's on, I just kick back and try to make as much money as I can.
That was funny. I love Kiz, man.
He's such a good guy. I had a good week with my pick.
Yeah, you did.
I had Berger, and
you're on a bit of a roll.
That's 3 weeks in a row. I mean, Kiz let me down last week, but he was
right there.
He was right there at the end. I mean, take DJ out of the mix, and he's 2 strokes off the lead. So another good week, and I got a good pick this week that I'm going deep.
Oh, real deep, huh?
Going deep. And other news from this past week, did you notice Rory had a new putter in the bag?
I did notice that.
Yeah, I looked it up. It was the TaylorMade TP Soto blade.
Yeah, it looked so different with him putting with that.
But I liked his putting stroke with it.
Yeah.
I didn't see the wild coming up shorts or the bad misreads. Everything was around the hole for him.
Yeah.
Just wasn't making any
speed
putts.
Much better.
Wasn't making any putts. And then Tiger goes out and plays 3 boring ass rounds of golf on the featured group, and
then just Sunday.
And then it's Sunday red. Hey, you know what? Let me go shoot a 66.
Yeah, he started off with 4 birdies.
4 in a row. And it's hilarious because I was doing, house chores and wasn't really too concerned with the morning stuff. And so I'm checking my phone, and everybody's posting, oh, you can't make them all if you don't make the first 4.
Yeah,
and I'm
I saw that
what?
too.
And
what's going on?
So I turn it on, and then it's par.
You know what I'm not a big fan of is, the ESPN Plus, how signed up for that for the championship.
Yeah.
And I thought all the extra footage or broadcast is supposed to be on there, and it's not on there.
No, it was just that they just signed that one contract with the PGA Championship.
Yeah. No, but I thought I saw a commercial where it said, follow morning rounds or whatever like that.
Yeah, it's PGA Live, NBC Sports.
Well, they have something coming up where they're going to show. Maybe it's just the majors.
Well, that's who did NBC, or was it ESPN that bought the U.S. Open from Fox? I think it was NBC.
I think it was NBC.
So that wouldn't be ESPN.
Let me see.
It'd be NBC Sports.
Because I swear I tried to pull it up and there was nothing on there because I wanted to watch the early rounds and nothing. But I pulled up ESPN Plus, and then I think it was for U.S. Open where you can watch the early ones.
Yeah.
But we can cross that bridge when we get there.
We got a couple weeks for that.
So excited.
We had I want to talk about this because we didn't talk about it last week. After the Wyndham, Fabian Gomez was Mr. 126.
Right.
Didn't make the playoffs. Doc Redman got booted. Did you see how he got booted?
I did not.
Sweet swinging Louie.
Oh, yeah, I did
Birdie's
see that,
18
yeah.
and knocked Doc Redman out. So he's Mr. 71. So who's going to be Mr. 31 this week?
Man, I was trying to think about it earlier. I want to pick I want to pick a name, not just some random guy. So I am thinking Bubba played well this weekend. So I'm going to say Bubba might be there right on the edge somewhere.
I'm on the edge of glory. Bubba, I didn't, I should have looked and see who was the 25 through 30 to see if anybody's going to get knocked out and somebody's going to jump.
Yeah, I looked at the first 20
We have
spots
technology
this morning,
in
I
our
believe.
hands. I can do this, and we can always.
Honestly, I'm just going off of odds that I saw, and Bubba's 100-1, so I'm figuring he's up there close to it.
Yeah, was that the odds to win the FedEx?
No, that's to win this upcoming weekend.
Okay. So let's see. The number 25 through 30, we got Cameron Champ, Cameron Smith. Who's that? That's Adam Long. I don't know all these first names. I'm terrible. Kevin Streelman, Tony Finau, and Billy Horschel. So those are the last 5 in right now. And then
they're hovering there.
the last 5 out, Neiman, Duncan, Wolf, Hubbard, and On. I think Matt Wolf could he could get in there.
He could get in there, I think.
He's got the skill set. Pecans and Adam Scott, Gary Woodland round and Nick Taylor round out the top 40.
How far is Bubba back, though? Do you see him?
Bubba is 58.
Okay. So
Tiger's 57.
my prediction is since he played well this past week and he's going to play well again and he's going to miss it barely.
He's gonna be right on the cusp.
Yeah.
Right on the cusp. Does Tiger make it to East Lake?
Oh,
Where
man.
he's won.
Yeah, I don't know. It's, he was saying he has to learn a new course this week. So I would love to see him at East Lake.
Yeah,
I'm hoping he can make it.
that would be good. It's it's like a major, and
Right.
having Tiger there just is that much better.
Yeah, it'd definitely be good for the broadcast.
So in LPGA news, want to give a shout out to Dana. She had her a top 40 finish in a major, so congratulations to her. And how about the lady that won, Sophia Popov? No status.
Yeah.
Lost her card. Was caddying for a friend earlier this month.
Yeah, she
Qualified to get into it.
What was it? A while ago, she won 2,300 on the Cactus Tour, and then she wins 650K.
Yeah, isn't that insane, man?
Life changing.
Golf
man.
is amazing, absolutely amazing.
And she was saying how she was going to quit a year ago.
Yeah, they said that she battled Lyme disease.
Oh, really?
And
I didn't see that.
didn't know what it was, and that's what got her out of the golf for so long.
I feel like that story comes up a lot where it's like, oh, I was about to quit a year ago, and then they go on a tear.
Yeah.
That's what happened to Brendan Todd.
Maybe I should.
Yeah, I'm gonna quit.
I'm gonna quit. I think I'm gonna quit.
In a year, going subpar.
I watched nothing on the PGA Tour Champions.
I watched a little bit. I watched like the playoff hole at the end, and then that was one with an eagle, which was pretty cool.
But in big news, I don't know if we want to save this for what's happening this coming up week. Yeah, let's save it for what's coming up this week.
Okay,
we'll bring that up down there. So in our golf life, I didn't play this week. The only thing I did is I started a new Instagram account.
Yeah, you did.
B3 Shop was
making moves,
some moves, and I started doing some ball markers, and I'm having fun doing that.
They're looking really good too.
Thank you. And I started getting a lot of DMs, and I was starting to get a lot of mixed messages on my part.
Yeah.
And so I created the account just to kind of focus that stuff with there, keep the golf content that I do on the Breakfast Ball with that, with our reviews and everything. So Breakfast Ball Custom Shop is the IG account. If you're not following, please do. Posting the ball markers that I do and the club builds and anything else related to what's going on in the shop.
Get those custom ball markers.
Yeah, I did some cool ones lately. That I'm not a Niners fan, but that 49er one
really
came
good,
out really good.
Yeah.
It's a fun learning experience. I have not busted any of my fingers yet. I know it's coming. I'm going to be careful this week because, we'll get to that also. It's coming on. But you got 2 rounds in this week. Where did you play?
So I think it was last Wednesday or Thursday. I got a text in the morning. You want to play TPC Summerlin? So moved some things around and was able to get out there. It was
I didn't get that.
yeah, it was pretty awesome. It was a couple buddies from work, but man, the second time I played it, I love it even more. It's such a good course, so fun.
How did you approach 15?
15. I ended up in the bunker. It was cutting. My ball was cutting, and it did not cut enough. So that bunker right there at the top of the hill, that one right there, got caught up in there.
Ah, okay. You didn't like last time you rolled past and rolled down the hill.
Yeah, and that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to cut it up into there. But
see, last time you had no idea what you were doing.
Yeah.
Now that you knew what you were doing, you got a
now
little.
I'm trying to do the same thing I did again. But yeah, I ended up squeezing out a par on that, which was good. Little chip.
Such a good hole.
Yeah, it's those finishing holes, 15 through 18, could possibly be my favorite closing holes in town.
Until you play Shadow Creek.
Yeah, I got to get there.
Or so high. But how'd you do on 17? The Jonathan Bird hole.
17, I was short. There's a lot of wind. So I think I clubbed down. The wind was behind us, and I tried to choke down and try and punch it up there, and just ended up short. And then I chipped it up past the hole and made the putt for par. So that was good.
And then what we deemed in the last episode is one of the toughest closing holes in Vegas. 18?
Yeah, we did not play the Shriners tees this time. So it was pretty straightforward. I did not do that well again. Hit the fairway barely to the right, and I ended up in a bunker by the green, but I had a nice little chunk and run out of the bunker and ran it up about maybe 4 or 5 feet and made the putt for par.
Nice. Good way to wrap up that.
Yeah, it was fun. I love that place.
I had so much fun when I got to play it when the stands were up.
Yeah, that would be really fun.
It's such a cool setting, hitting into that green with the stands up.
Yeah.
The press boxes and everything.
Yeah, I love that place.
And then their little little mini VGN meet you guys had out at Chimera.
Yeah, that was fun. Jeremy, Gary, and Mike. Chimera was a little beat up. It was rough conditions.
Yeah, this is that a lot of people aren't aware of their turf conditions there, and God, I'm trying to blank. Ty was one of the old pro shop guy, or one of the pros that worked there, told me a while ago that because I played it one summer and it was like bad.
Yeah,
like dirt fairways, greens were just trashed.
Yeah, the fairways weren't too bad, but if you missed the fairway and you were in like the rough just off, it was so patchy that it was almost like your ball was in a divot or something. It was tough.
And he's the one that told me that they decided that they weren't going to do an overseed, that they were just going to grow a fall, winter, and spring grass.
Mm-hmm.
And even though you can take advantage of the daylight and have more rounds in the summertime, they were just going to do the best that they could with it and go for having better conditions for longer period.
Right.
Instead of investing in the overseed and being shut down and no golf. And I mean, it's always in great shape. And
even last summer I didn't see it like this, so it was a little strange for me. But
I mean, we got just annihilated with this heat wave.
Yeah,
everybody out here in the Southwest and California and Arizona knows. I mean, we've 110 for 20 plus straight days. It's been ridiculous. So
it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't terrible. It was. You just didn't want to be in the rough.
Yeah.
But that place in wintertime is primo.
Jeremy either yesterday he was going to Revere to hit some balls. Want to know if I wanted to come. I'm like, I got some stuff to do around the house. And he sent me a message like 10 minutes later. What happened to Lexington? They're prepping for overseed. They turned the water off and it's 110 degrees out.
Yeah.
It went woof.
Gone.
Of course, it's gone.
Yeah, I saw some pictures of it. Yeah, gone. And Concord does look good. I saw some pictures. So
yeah, it's in really good shape. I was impressed. So that wraps up what you did. Want to also, I know people that are listening to this, you've probably already listened to it if you're a fan of the show, but I had an interview with Jordan Yanni from FN3P Golf, and that was a fun little episode, getting to know him a little bit more about his brand. We're rocking some FN3P hats right now. Yeah. They've got some good stuff coming up. So if you like the interview segments and you don't want to hear us ramble on like we do, click on that link too and check out that interview. Jordan's a great guy and really passionate about
it was cool to learn a bit more about him.
And before we get into the last thing on that, I want to say give another big shout out to Andrew, buddy Andrew. He won his flight at Old Waverly,
Big time.
played in a tournament down there, and he likes to play a lot of tournament golf. I think he challenges himself a little bit too much and plays with some people that are just really good. But he stepped up and shot a 66 on Sunday, won his flight, and so congrats to him for that. And then the other big news, what happened this past week, is
PGA 2K21.
Yeah, the last PlayStation game console I have was a PlayStation 2.
Yeah. I'm not a big gamer.
I'm not either.
Not at all, but
We have a Wii. So
Yeah,
that tells you how much of a gamer we are.
that's old school. But yeah, I went Friday morning. I woke up because it came out Friday and went and picked it up, and I've been playing it all weekend. It's fun. I've never done like online gaming, so Mike gave me a headset, so I've been trying to get on the online, which is fun. We played 36 holes Saturday night until like 2 a.m.
That's
three
what
of
I'm
us.
afraid of.
Yeah, but
I need my sleep.
I got my tour card. I got a few wins.
Everybody's posting, join me
Right.
on Instagram. So
Dude, it's fun. I like I said, I'm not a big gamer, but yeah, it's good. And I think the improvements from TGC 19 are better, and I think they're going to put a lot more money into this game because 2K is behind it, and it's the first time PGA's put their name on a game. So
yeah, I saw you were grabbing that Simwood.
yeah, got the Maverick driver in the bag. Trying to save up my coins so I can grab some wedges.
How many manufacturers are in the game?
It's as far as clubs, it's like Wilson, Callaway, TaylorMade, Ben Hogan. I think there's one or two others.
Do you have ball choices too?
No ball choices.
No? So that'll come with the next.
Yeah, and there's names on the front when you start up the game that I don't see inside of the store that you can buy. So I think it's gonna get updated and uploaded, and I think they're gonna run with it.
Nice. I can't do it. I don't want to do it, but I can't. My wife would absolutely kill me. Absolutely kill me. It's like, what? You don't get enough golf, playing, putting, building clubs,
watching.
Now you're gonna no, yeah, nope, that ain't gonna be happening.
Yeah.
So, what's happening this week? We've got round 2 of the playoffs. Olympia Fields Country Club, North Course. It's par 70, big one, 7,400 yards, 73.66 to be exact. That is a continuation from last week, so ignore that. It was the host of the 2003 U.S. Open. It's got 2 600-plus yard par 5s. That's
and big boys.
Big boys. Bryson territory. Well, DJ too now with his.
Yeah.
Whew. And then they're saying there's a par 3 that's 250-plus. So.
Sounded like a Royal.
Yeah. Furyk shot his 59 here. So on the 59 hot topic.
Yeah, and they had the 2015 USAM there, which Bryson won.
Yep.
And Rahm, Morikawa, Wolf, Scheffler, and Champ also played in
All
it.
played in it.
So they might have some course knowledge this week.
Man, it's so hard now because it goes from week to week about who's hot, who's not.
Right.
And I wasn't expecting this from DJ.
I was not at all.
I wasn't at all. And
after Muirfield and where did he after that? He didn't play well either, but yeah, he came out of nowhere. He played well at the championship
played well at the Players, but then it just kind of goes away. And then gosh darn it, I love it when he's on because it's so much fun to watch him because he's so dialed in. But I don't know who's gonna win. I have no idea who's gonna win this week. Who knows?
Yeah.
Do you go with the guy who's been consistently playing well? Do you go with the guy who just blew it up? Do you go with one of the guys that's been around forever and could?
Here's the thing: is the top names, they're not all dialed in right now.
Mm-mm.
They're kind of scattered about, and 1 week one plays well, and then the next week someone else plays well. So those top guys, it's kind of hard to figure out what they're going to do. But the smaller guys, shall we say, are playing well, and they're coming.
It's really open to anybody, and when we get into the odds, you'll see. I mean, there's anybody could win it, and I think the books are, there's not that one player that's so. I mean, DJ still is plus 800.
Yeah,
which is, I mean, that's a good bet. $100 on a $10 bet if he wins for the favorite,
right?
Which isn't bad.
I don't know. Anybody could win. It's that time of the year where it's, You just gotta be hot and get on it.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to seeing Olympia Fields on TV,
Yeah, me too.
seeing how it plays out, how the guys do. I mean, it's gonna be it's playoffs, it's playoffs.
Playoffs.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. PGA Tour champions are staying put in Missouri for another week, playing a different course. What course did you say they were playing?
I think it's Ozarks National that they're playing. Last week was Buffalo Ridge, and this week is Ozarks National. I'm pretty sure. And the bomber's heading out there.
Yeah, that's what I want to talk about from earlier.
The coffee sipper.
Phil is coming. Phil is coming.
Yeah,
Hide your wife. Hide your kids.
it's
Phil
gonna be
is
fun.
coming to the the PGA Tour champion.
It's gonna be fun.
Dude, how do you think he's gonna do? What do you think?
I think he's gonna do well. I can see him winning it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Does he come out with a W? I mean, a lot of the guys, the first, like Furyk did it, his
Right.
first event, he won.
right. I could see him doing it if he doesn't get too erratic and trying to just bomb everything, which we all know that he loves to do. I think if he plays smart, he could definitely win it.
Does he come out and have the same mentality that he has on trying to make the weekend? Because with the PGA Tour champions, no cut,
Right.
three days, so you can just go out and play golf. There's no pressure of trying to make the cut. Does that change?
I don't think so. I don't think that changes his way of playing it. I think he's just gonna hit bombs and attack pins, and if he's on, then he can pull it off. I mean, there's some great players on that tour.
There's some really, and they know the courses too. So
Exactly.
that's going to be a challenge for him. And then big news for us.
Yeah.
We have our very first, which you labeled VGN
I did.
Invitational. I ran with it too. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So we got 8 of us, 7 guys from VGN and one Pops. Shout out to RJ's dad for joining us with us. We're playing Las Vegas National.
Yeah, man.
And we're gonna get to that a little bit more on Las Vegas National in the Vegas segment. But I'm looking forward to this. It's our first like big outing,
Right.
if you want to call 8 players big. But we're trying to do something.
Yeah, it's
and
more than 4. So
exactly, it's 2 foursomes. So it should be a good time. We got 7:20, 7:30 tee times at one of my favorite courses.
yeah, I'm excited. It's been a while since played out there.
And it's been a while for me too. So looking forward to that. So
I mean, it's been what for you? A few years?
oh man, I'd have to look and see. It's been a while since I've been out there.
Old stomping grounds. Get back to it.
Get back to it. I love that place. So good.
Me too.
All right, let's get into this.
Look at this Instagram. It's been an excite of him. Started out as a lemon tart. Then my phone went and made it art. And these are my
All right, for the new listeners out there, this is called the Look at That Instagram segment, where we spotlight some of our favorite Instagram accounts. Each week, Joe picks somebody, I pick somebody. We don't know who we're picking. And
Yeah.
so that's what that's what Look at This Instagram's all about. So
I'll go first.
you go first? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna spotlight my one that I had on the back burner 2 weeks ago, I believe. So we are gonna go with this week, the Golf Collector.
The Golf Collector.
So the Golf Collector, he just posts a bunch of old stuff. He just collects everything from scorecards to pencils to posters and all that.
Is this a Johan
No,
alter ego account?
no. I mean, it's all really old stuff, and you're just seeing, crazy stuff from back in the day at different golf courses. It's fun to look back at the history of places and see some things you might not have knew existed.
Let me check and see if I am following the Golf Collector.
Yeah, like matchbooks from the Olympic Club from
Oh,
way back in the day.
Oh, I think we talked about this, and that's when I followed him.
Yeah. It's cool.
Oh, really cool. Oh, look at those matchbooks. Yeah, that is really cool.
Yeah, it's just old little trinkets from the old time days.
Oh, come on.
Masters, matchbooks.
Oh, look at MJ and the stripes. Oh, there's some good stuff on here.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't sell anything or anything like that, but it's cool to actually he might. I don't know. Got a website. But yeah, go check him out, the Golf Collector on Instagram.
Look at those pencils.
Right?
Fisher Island. Liberty National.
Oh, he does
Chicago
have
Golf
original
Club.
prints, it looks like.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, there's prints.
Nice.
Cool, I did not know that. Yeah, there's a
So
print of
it's
all kinds of old school
at
matchbooks.
The Golf Collector. Website is thegolfcollector.com. Golf worth rediscovering. Yeah, really cool account.
Yeah, I found some old cool stuff on there.
I'm
Look
going to
at
have to spend some more time browsing on this site. There's some cool stuff.
Chicago Golf Club sandbox.
Oh, he's selling that?
Yeah,
How much is that?
$95.
Ooh, that would look cool in the backyard.
I don't know if he's making them or
And the chipping area, out
Yeah.
back.
yeah, for sure.
That would look sick. Have to hit him up.
Yeah, go check him out at the Golf Collector.
The Golf Collector, right on. Good pick, man. That's
Thanks,
a solid
man.
one.
Thanks, man.
I'm going with another account that I've been following for a long time. I love this guy because it's terrible. I don't know first names some of these accounts because I've been following them for so long, but I should probably dig into that more. But it's Golf the Well, at Golf TheeWell, and I love this account because the pictures are just
Yeah.
awesome. He does such, maybe a she, I don't know. I think it's a he. They post some just absolutely amazing photos. He's really good at tagging people and showing support. I was in a DM group with him for a while. And I mean, he's got some of the best pictures of Sleepy Hollow, which is like on my
Yeah,
top
I just
5
see that.
want to play in the country because that place just looks amazing. One of these days, I'm going to go visit my sister and get out there.
Some Pinehurst, some Pebble.
Just beautiful golf courses. Quintero, man, we need to go play Quintero.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Got some good photos that are chasing daylight worthy. So I always give him a little shout out when I see those on there.
Baltusrol.
But if, this is just straight up golf course photos. So if you're a fan, I'm a huge fan of Brian
Man,
Orr
that is just spyglass,
Oh.
par 3. Ugh.
Of the golf photographers. But he is another account that, got a huge following. 58,000 that's huge in my opinion. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
So if you're not already, please go check him out and see what you think. And if you follow him, send him a message and go, hey, Chasing Daylight referred me.
Yeah.
Grow this network. All right, so that is it for this week in Instagram, or look at this Instagram. So now we go here.
Las Vegas. Yeah, man.
Every time I hear the song now, I just crack up. I used to go, but now it cracks me up. Especially that big Knights victory last night.
Man, yeah.
Man, that was a fun game
Dude.
to watch. They kicked some ass.
Yeah, I love that, what they said.
I know it's just one game.
going all Globetrotter on them.
5-on-5
Oh, man.
Globetrotters. Oh, they were
so
just
good.
yeah, we're big Knights fans. So if you're not, sorry. But we're not sorry. So we're gonna give a little Las Vegas National shout out. I got a relic here on the
Ooh.
table. Check this out. This is from when I worked there.
Wow, look at that.
Recognize the signature?
Is that... I don't know.
This is 96. So
I can't read it.
Freddie Couples.
Okay. I see the F and the C.
Yep. Freddie Couples. I followed him on one of his practice rounds and gave him a ride back to his cart, or back to
Yeah.
his car after his round. Had him sign a hat.
Another unique swing right there.
Oh man, I love that swing.
My dad was a dealer on the strip, and he said he used to deal to Freddie and Phil all the time. And they were the nicest guys in the world.
Oh, every encounter I had with him there, he came out and played his practice round and then one round of golf. That was back in '96. What an awesome guy.
Yeah.
I saw during that tournament, because back then the LVI rotated, and that year I can't remember because I was working at the time it was called the Las Vegas Hilton Country Club.
Mhm.
After it was called the Stardust Country Club. And so I was working there, so I didn't get to go see Tiger finish at TPC Summerlin. But he was the only pro that played 2 practice rounds at Las Vegas National.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's the course.
Yeah.
It's a challenging golf course. You know, there's a lot of angles, a lot of tree trouble. If you're not in the right spot off the tee,
Yeah.
you can be in trouble. Long par 3s, And so he came out and played practice round twice. 'Cause I don't think Southern Highlands was in it yet. I think it was the DI and then TBC Canyons,
yeah.
and then they finished at Summerlin. I'd have to look into it and see. But it was really fun having that experience, seeing those guys.
Oh, yeah.
So I just want to talk about a couple things from that about Las Vegas National. Remember Tim Herron? He's actually just made his senior tour debut, or PGA Tour Champions debut. Heavyset guy, complete and utter alcoholic. Didn't I know a lot of the guys on tour drink and stuff, but you know, we're out there shuttling them from their rental cars to the range, and I picked him up and you know, I was like, putting green range. He's like, bar.
Oh, really? Oh,
like,
man.
Okay. And yeah, he was in there for an hour before he came out and started hitting balls.
Wow.
Yeah, he was sauced. It was
Old schoolers.
It was pretty funny. And then I followed Freddie for his round, and he hit 2 shots that I'll never forget. On number 12, the uphill par 4 after the par 3.
Yeah.
He pulled his tee shot and he was up against the fence line.
Okay.
Turned over 8-iron, swung left-handed, put it in the middle of the green.
Wow.
Unbelievable. I was like in awe. Couldn't believe that.
I believe it. I mean, that's, if you're over there, that's tough.
Oh, I mean, he had no choice. It was in play, you know, and had no stance. So I was just like, wow. And then the other shot that he hit that day that just blew me away, and to this day is just remarkable. Because this is back in '96,
right?
And I mean, he was a bomber back then. But on 15, the par 5, goes dogleg left.
Yep.
He took it over the power lines, over the houses, cut the corner, and was on the other side of the car path.
Oh man!
Holy shit! If you've ever been out there, bomb. Just try that.
Yeah,
just
96.
try that. Holy crap! And he was playing links clubs at the time.
Right.
So,
jeez.
but that was pretty amazing. And then my last highlight for Las Vegas National, other than the crazy car barn stories that everybody has, I played there the first time I ever met James Fights, not through Instagram and everything. I set up an interview for him to interview him, and we played golf there. That's where we met, played around, and then did an interview afterwards. That's on the Breakfast Ball going way back. So if you want to listen to that or read that interview, it was pretty fun. But on 13, the short par 4, from the tips, he hit 3-wood to the green, which is like a 325 carry.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And because when he went back there, I'm like, I knew he was playing the tips, so it's no big deal. He has 3-wood in his hand. I'm like, okay, you know, he's hit it pretty far, big hitter. And he just unloaded and hit this just graceful bomb.
I love that.
Right over the lake in the trees, because you're like, what? And boop, and it was in the bowl down there. And I mean, it was like 5 feet. It's just ridiculous.
That's such a good hole. I love that hole.
It's one of my favorite holes in town. It's such a fun little.
Yeah, that's up there on top drivable par 4s in town for sure.
Yeah, I don't have the length to do it, but
yeah. You could catch it if it's in front.
I mean,
a little bit of wind.
I'd have to bring it out to the left and fade it back in there.
I mean, I've never hit it, but
I like.
It's possible.
I will be playing my UDI on Saturday. You will see.
Yeah, that's a fun hole. I love that hole.
Yeah, and if it's down in that bowl, or if it's on top, man,
there's a ton of history there. And on that hole, I think there's like a little sign there that says that Arnold Palmer scored.
Billy Casper.
Was it Billy Casper? Yeah.
13 on 13.
Yeah.
So, I remember who's saying that. Somebody on Instagram pointed that out. I didn't even know that. And I worked there. I didn't even know that. Yeah. I don't even know where the sign is. That's how. Yeah. I'll have to look for it.
There's a ton of stuff there, all those signs.
Yeah, there's some really good history there. The ditch that runs through it, when it floods, can be creative. We found, working there, we found some fun things in that ditch. There used to be a lady on 6, the number 1 handicap hole, little dogleg left par 4, which you don't think of that as the hardest hole on the course until you play it. And if you're not in the right spot off the tee, you're fucked.
Well, if you're right-handed, you got to hit a draw.
Yeah, you have to, because you can't. You fade it, you're in the ditch, and if you don't fade it, set up for fade, you're in the shit on the left. I mean, it's
Yeah, then it's still a long approach. To the
long
green.
approach to that green. But there was a lady who used to sunbathe nude out there all the time. So the stars would always say, Miss Johnson's out. Miss Johnson's out. Get out there. Keep the flow going because they're going to get backed
Yeah.
up.
Man, I love that place.
A lot of history. It used to be a really popular. Sonny Liston had a house out
Mhm.
there back in the 60s. That was the Beverly Hills area
Yeah,
of
it
Vegas.
was.
Because Vegas wasn't big back then.
No.
And that was close to the strip, as a lot of the Rat Pack guys hung out in that neighborhood. And anytime if you watch Property Brothers and they're doing some remodeling a house in Vegas, chances are it's in that neighborhood.
Yeah, they got a lot of cool houses over there, like old school Palm Springs-ish kind of like.
The Southern Nevada Golf Hall of Fame is there,
Yeah.
which is if you want some history about the local legends, that's a good little. It's not a big place. It's got
No.
a real tiny pro shop, but the Hall of Fame is pretty cool to get some interesting.
Yeah,
Tidbits.
some info on
And
there.
you can ride some golf boards out there too.
And their website, the Southern Nevada Golf Hall of Fame, breaks down each course when it opened and if it closed and all that. It's a cool little timeline they got on there.
Yep. So I'm looking forward to being out there. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Excited.
Ding the bell. I do have the ding bell. Nope, that's the cash register.
Money. Ding.
There we go. Oh, you know what we didn't do in the Vegas segment? We didn't get into the odds.
Yeah, I thought that was coming right next.
Is it? Do I have it down there? I do. Yeah, I put it with it.
I
Who's producing this crap show? So let's get into the odds for this week. You got your breakdown.
I do have some, yes. Interesting week. Only 60 players in the field. And I don't know. It's like you said, it's hard to pick.
There's no cut this week, right?
I'm not sure.
I think the last one was
Yeah,
the only event.
I think
that
it
there
is
was a
no cut. Yeah, because I was reading about that. No cut. I don't really know who to pick, but DJ, Rom, JT, and Bryson top out the heavily favorites at the top of the list. Some other notables down is Morikawa at 22-1, Tony Finau 30-1, Jason Day at 30-1, which I kind of like. Tigers 35-1. You got Scheffler and Harris English both 35-1. Wolf and Kiz at 50-1. Champ is at 70. Bubba 100. Homa 200. And Danny Lee, who played pretty decently, 200-1. Brennan Todd.
That Danny Lee, I'm surprised at that. I was gonna go, and I'm not going that deep.
You
but
got Harry Higgs up here at 200-1 too, who played pretty decent.
Yeah,
this past weekend.
He was second to the last group too.
Yeah, so there's some value out there, and if they can win, I don't know, but some of them are worth a shot.
All right, so let's hear your lock. Your $10 in your wallet only can make one bet. Who is it?
So I'll say lock 22-1 Daniel Berger, who is first in par 4 efficiency, and it's crucial on a par 70. So I'm gonna go with that, but I'm
on the Burger wagon.
I'm gonna go a little higher though, also, and I'm gonna say I'm gonna throw some money on Scheffler at 35-1 and Cameron Champ at 70-1, which both of those guys have played this course before. And
Are you looking at the amateur status, huh?
Probably have a little knowledge. So
I'm just pulling this.
I'm excited for this pick, man. You're hyping it up earlier.
Straight out of my ass. There's no strategy involved. I basically spun the wheel of destiny and it landed on this player, and I'm like, yes, I'm going with that. But at 50-1, you didn't even mention him, so that makes me feel even better about this pick.
Oh,
Victor Holland.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I looked at that and I just didn't write it down.
I was surprised to see him that high. He's been playing well. I figured him to be in the 30-1 area. So that's my pick this week.
I like it.
Lock it in. I've been on a tear lately. I haven't won any money, but with top 5 picks, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So if you,
I wish we could do that on the app. Is pick top 5s.
Who was saying? Robbie was saying that stations you can do.
Yeah, I mean you can get that. You can get the lines other places.
Well, I'm curious to check out Circa too. Have you heard much about Circa?
Not a ton, but I'm familiar. It's supposed to be the biggest sports book in town.
Yeah, Gravy and the Sleeves were talking about it. They had the owner on their show, and they were talking about. I mean, that pool. Have you seen that pool? Oh my God!
Yeah.
Be
a lot of Knights games watched over there.
Oh my goodness! Wow. So that deserves the exciting bell, because wow, that place looks amazing.
Yeah.
And he was saying on their show that they list every player odds. They don't do a field.
Really?
They list the odds for every player.
Huh.
And they go into a lot more detail. So I'm curious to see, because they have remote betting too, but I don't know if they have an app. So once they open, we'll have to go check it out and get some video of that place because it looks pretty intense.
Yeah, there was one player I wanted once, and I couldn't find his odds anywhere.
Yeah, well, with the Legacy Stadium closing, there's not going to be a big, venue like that. I mean, the sports book, the Superbook at Westgate is pretty
Hilton.
The Hilton. Thank you, thank you for correcting me. Is pretty awesome, but this place just looks spectacular. I mean, it's downtown. So you got to deal with the downtown of it, but
I drove by it recently and it's towering.
Dude, it looks like Abu Dhabi has come to downtown. It's massive compared to the buildings that were down there.
Yeah,
because there's just not big towers down there.
Right. Yeah, it could transform the whole downtown area. We'll see.
Yep. That's the odds. Let us know. DM us. Leave a comment on the post for this episode. Who you think's going to win? And
I did hit that 6-team parlay.
You did. You
and I didn't even know about it.
How do you not even know about it?
So yeah, Sunday morning.
Big bank when you make wagers and you don't even know you win.
Sunday morning.
Why does my account have more money in it than it did yesterday?
I picked 6 players for the final round match, and it's so hard to follow because you take that screenshot and it doesn't tell you who's they're up against.
Yes.
So you don't even kind of know. So this morning I checked my stuff to put more bets in, and there was
6-teamer on match.
6-teamer hit.
Wow,
it's pretty good.
See, on if we had daily fantasy sports,
right,
you would have raked it because oh man,
that was a good little surprise hit.
Nice. So you got a couple wins in your belt lately.
I do, yeah.
Pretty soon people are going to tune in just to get your bets.
That's what I'm worried about.
It's fast forward.
It'll be like that one movie, Mad Money or whatever. Where you told me to bet on him. Hey, gamble at your own risk, okay? We're not responsible for your picks.
Yes, the losses. The Chasing Daylight podcast is not responsible for upset wives, loss of jobs, or anything else.
If you win, though, we'll take a cut.
Exactly. If you want to, donate, a little donate button on the website for us to help us out, make the show even better. That does it for this week, man. I'm looking forward to a good weekend of golf.
Yeah, man, I'm excited.
I need to get to the range. Got to work on a few things.
So do I.
Had a little putting lesson with Steven this morning because some things just aren't right with my putting, and I'm starting to get frustrated with it. So
it's too much work in the lab, maybe.
No.
Okay.
I used to be a very confident putter. I never struggled with it. I've never had the yips or anything like that. I mean, I have a flaw where I'll drop kick the putter every now and then, but that's just lack of focus. So we worked on that a little bit, and so I found something I'm pretty happy with.
That's good.
So we'll see if it works. I know the greens out there pretty well, so I'm hoping to use that to some of my advantage if I can hit them.
Those greens are pretty nuanced, and you can't tell what's going on. But that one day when I played really well there, I noticed a lot more stuff that I did not see before.
Well, one plays it's a great opening par 5.
Yep.
And the long drive used to be held out there.
Mm-hmm.
The World Long Drive back in the day used to be held out there. And I remember watching that because we were to help setting it up. But it's a great opening hole, a great par 5. Then you got the downhill par 4. That's really good. But then the third hole, that thing has eaten my lunch for 25 years.
Yeah.
That is a very tough par 3.
Yeah, it is.
And then a really good par 5 that follows it up.
It's just everything's good out there.
And then a drivable par 4. And then the toughest hole. And then it's so much fun.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll get some good video. I know Gary's going to be out there. So, super low budget golf show. Golf show. We'll be out there. So we'll have some good footage of that. And you got a little match play with Jeremy.
Yeah.
And we got a little pot that we put in for everybody. We're using 18 birdies.
Yeah.
We're proud supporters of the 18 Birdies app. It's a great app.
Use it every round.
Every round we do it. And so we're doing the tournament round on it and going to see how that goes. And if everything goes well, we'll be continuing to do it. Looking forward to seeing everybody out there. And thanks everybody for listening. As always, Good Walk Coffee. Get them
K-Cups.
Get them K-Cups. That does it for this episode. We've got some good things coming up in the next few weeks. Moxie Sticks, we're going to be interviewing them. So that'll be on a Monday interview, not this coming Monday, but the following one probably. We were going to try and knock that out today, but little scheduling conflict. So look forward to the interview with them. And then we're going to have an in-house guest in 2 weeks. Andy Bednar, Travis Matthews rep out here in Vegas, loves the show, loves the blog. Great guy, hell of a stick. He's going to come hang out with us and talk a little Travis Matthews.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun.
Love some Travis Matthew.
We got a couple discount codes. Of course, one for Good Walk Coffee. Save yourself 15% on some cake cups.
Cake cups.
And then if you listen to the whole episode of the FN3P, Jordan's kind enough to throw out a discount. Same thing, CD podcast. You can save 15% on your order with them. And I tell you, that boonie hat, dude, I love that thing.
Yeah, man.
I've been wearing that nonstop.
You just wear it for Halloween and just say you're Joel Dahman.
That's right. It will be worn. It will be, if we can even have Halloween.
Yeah, right.
This year. God darn. I hadn't even thought about that. Thanks for bumming me out. So, everybody, again, thanks so much for tuning in, and we will catch you next week on the Chasing Daylight podcast.
Yeah, man. Later.